Well, hello everyone. My name is Passek with FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we'll be tying a fairly classic pattern, the woolly bugger. This is actually the egg sucking woolly bugger, egg sucking leech, whatever you want to call it. Great little fly in the rivers, great little fly in the lakes, and in bigger sizes, a phenomenal fly for steelhead. If you go into the bigger sizes, size 6, size 4, size 2. This is going to be a size 10. I tied this for the lakes in a size 8 to 14, 8 to 12. 8 to 12 is probably the most common. So without further ado, let's get going. So there we go. There is the vise. Going to be using a Hook-Hends BL 724 in a size 10 for the hook. You can use any streamer pattern that you like, streamer hook that you like, in a 1x long, because that's what these are. They're a 1x long streamer. I really like these Hook-Hends hooks. They're so sharp, and that bent up point is just deadly. So, okay, thread Semperfli NanoSilk in black. Body is going to be Hook-Hends Spectra dubbing in the black here. Number I can't even read it anymore. 19. I can't read it. It's worn off. That's going to be the body. Hook-Hends Marabou for the tail, black marabou, and then some black Hackle for the tail, for the Hackle portion. Sorry. So I'm just sorry, I forgot to put on the egg sucking portion. So it's going to be using a 1/8 orange bead here. You can go oversized if you like. You can use tungsten if you really want this to undulate in the water. Use tungsten because that'll help it drop more in the front. When you strip and stop, it'll obviously drop more. Right, so, but I don't want that. I just want it to sink a little bit. I don't even want it to sink that much. I like controlling my descent with my fly line. This is more just for the color. I could have just done an orange hotspot at the front, but this is how I do it. So tie on my thread, come back to the bend, about where the barb would be, come back forward all the way to the front again, cut off your excess, take your marabou, and I'll take it from one side. I'll see if I can keep this on camera. From one side, tear it, fold it, tear it, fold it, tear it, fold it, tear it, and fold it as much as I need to. Now I know that was enough for what I need. So that was about a 2-inch chunk of the feather. So I know that's about the package I need for this fly to not get it too big. Then, because see that? Is how fluffy it is. I just like licking it. Just licking my fingers, giving it a lick. And I want it about as long as the shank. So about like that. So about like there. Yeah. So there, I'm going to transfer it over. And that piece that in the front, that's getting cut off. And I'll just lick that a little bit. Just to keep it manageable. It's easier to manage it if it's slightly wet. Bring this all the way back to that bend, or to where that barb would be. Go under and over and under and over. And every time you go under, I pull towards the bead. That is going to help keep that tail up. And it won't get fouled then. Right? And then I can just give that a bit of a wet. Just, again, keep it out of the way. Come back to the front. Take a little bit of the Semperfli. Is that too short? Yeah, that's too short. I'm going to need a piece of Semperfli 0.2 mil silver wire here. Use whatever brand you like, but I like the Semperfli stuff, so that's what I'm using. Tie this in on my side. Pull it back so it's past there, and then just tie this in. This is not rocket science, just tie it in. Okay. Then I'm going to come back forward a bit. Back again, and now I'm going to do a dubbing loop for this one. I can dub it by hand, but I like doing a dubbing loop for this. I feel I can control how much I put on and how it goes better, how it lays on. So, oops. Okay. So there's my dubbing loop. My cheap dubbing spinner, which I love. This little cheap thing. Love it. Still my favorite. I've got some of the auto spinning ones, the auto spinners that use your thumb and stuff. I hate them. But that's my personal, just my personal little taste, right? Everybody's got different likes, but I love this just cheap little thing. Now maybe it's because it's what I've been using since I started tying 40 years ago, 35 years ago. Just what I like. So okay, now I'm going to spread this out in my dubbing loop. Give a really good spin. Once I let go of it with my second hook. Just got to get back in there. Come on. There we go. Make sure that's in there nice still. Okay. Give that a really good spin. And I want a fairly tight noodle, but it doesn't have to be crazy. So again, now I'm just going to bring this forward, touching wraps all the way to the front. If I happen to run out, which I might just have to add just a tiny bit behind the eye there. Otherwise, I might end up with a bit of a bald spot there. Yeah, I will for sure. So I'll just add some just by hand. This stuff is really easy to dub in by hand as well. So there we go. Yeah, that's better. Now I'm right up against that bead. Okay. Don't worry about the fluff. The fuzziness of it, that's the way it is. Now I'm going to take a selective feather that I think will work, and I think this one right here will be fine. It's a nice long feather, but I'm just going to see. Yeah, right about there is where I'd like to start. So I'm just going to split it so I can expose the stem, and I'm just going to pull that off so I can get the stem exposed. And there's my stem. So now I'm going to tie it in shiny side out. 1, 2, 3. Fold that stem back. 1, 2, 3. Push that stem back forward. 1, 2, 3. Now I know that stem is tied in really well. Okay. Then I'm going to take my hackle pliers. Probably don't have to with this one. It's a fairly long, but I'm going to anyway. And I'm just going to stroke all my materials back. Pulled too hard. It happens. Not a biggie. That wasn't, see, the stem didn't come loose. I actually broke the stem. So I'm just going to undo a bit so I don't have so much bulk up at the front. And I'll go back and do the same thing again if I can. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'll just do it that way. And actually, I'm going to leave that stem because nobody's going to see it. And then I'm going to use my fingers because I just got better control. I don't pull as hard. So 1, 2 full wraps. Okay. Then I'm going to open up and palmer back all the way back. And this is where, if you've got too short of a hackle, where it can become a pain in the butt, where you should have used a hackle plier. So, but I didn't. So now I'm going to go up and over. Make sure I catch that in, and then I'm going to jiggle as I go through. Jiggle as I go through. Jiggle as I go through the best I can, just so I don't trap too many of the hackles. And then I'm going to come up right in behind. Actually, I might have to go one more. And then right behind the eye. Once, twice, 3. Stroke back. 1, 2, 3. Helicopter off my wire. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Sally's. Just put a little bit of Sally's on my thread. Whip finish. Nice 4-turn whip finish there. Cut that off. And then, what I really like doing here is taking my brush, this brush here, and just giving it a brush to make sure things are sitting the way you want them to sit. I'll get back here and I'll find that piece that was left over from the tip and just wiggle back and forth until you got it. Just brush that lightly. Then I like taking a little bit of a Velcro, just lightly. Don't go crazy because you'll break this hackle. And I like just brushing it out a bit, getting a little bit of that sparkle. I could have done it before, but then it could get trapped when you do the hackle, right? So, okay, and there's your finished fly. That's it. I could have added, if I wanted to, I could have added like 1 or 2 pieces of tinsel in the tail, or like a red or something like that, even an orange. But I like it just like it is. There's enough sparkle in that body to attract the fish, and that's it. And like I said, I like that 2 turns at the front too. The reason is that I don't want it, not so much that I want it fuller, but I like it for pushing water. The more water it pushes, the more attention you'll get from that fish's lateral line. Right, that lateral line attention will when water's being moved and pushed around. So, alrighty, so that's it. That's my egg sucking leech. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, thumbs up. If you subscribed, thank you. If you have not, please consider doing so and spread the word. Let's get this up to 2,000 subscribers so we can do this big giveaway that I've got planned with Semperfli materials, Hens materials, and a few other things. Alrighty, bye, everyone.